Hi, this is a video primarily it's meant for to showcase the Temptu airbrush foundations and the Cover FX foundations that I've had for a while, and I just never really got around to playing with it. And so yeah, this is actually played with them yesterday just to see what would happen if I used the Cover FX as concealer and then airbrushed with the Temptu. And what happened was it's pretty much like, if it's not full coverage, I don't know what full coverage is. And secondly, it does not budge. I know the Temptu foundations are already pretty strong and long lasting, so I think in addition to the Cover FX, that little marriage of the two is pretty, yeah, it's pretty intense. Like, I had to wash my face a few times till I felt that it was completely off, and I just felt like my face was clean again. Not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're going to be having your makeup on for long periods of time, like I definitely do, or like bridal. I'm definitely moving the stuff to my kit, of course being completely sanitary with a spatula, you know, to scrape everything out. All I've done so far is I put my tinted moisturizer on, my OCC tinted moisturizer. Those are now available to buy after I've been talking about them and in love with them since October. I'll put their website down in the bottom. So I put my tinted moisturizer, and then I put a little bit of the Temptu concealer wheel here. I've tried this out, mix these two. This one, I thought I'd need to mix them, but this is actually almost a little bit too light for me, but I could get away with it, I think. And the coverage is not extremely full. It's not as full as I like, because I can still see darkness here. And I can still see my freckles a little bit. So that's, you know, I feel like it's sheer to medium coverage. And this is the Temptu, here we go, the Temptu Pro Wheel. Next I'm going to use the Cover FX foundation as a concealer, like more concealer. And it's definitely a more full coverage. That's why I wanted to show, you know, like the difference between that and then what Cover FX does. I'm not really familiar with the brand. I've had these for a while and I feel really bad, but just being honest, I've had these for a while and kind of just felt like, oh, okay, they're just, you know, any old thing, but it really isn't. So I've definitely been missing out, and now I feel bad for writing it off. What I'm doing is mixing these two. This is M70 and B25. And the way I apply concealer to myself is I just use my fingers, but on my clients I definitely use a concealer brush. So you can see I still have darkness here. Watch what happens. See the difference? I definitely can. And I mainly just put concealer in my needed areas, such as my eyes and my little situations, wherever they may be. And it came with this brush. I love this brush. The feeling of it is very, very soft, and I can't stand it because it's so soft. And this is 160, a Cover FX brush. But it says to, I guess, take it and brush it on, but I actually prefer this as a powder brush. It's more precise for like this area, and yeah, I don't know, just like it for a powder brush instead. But, you know, just throwing that out there if anyone's curious about that. I like that brush. That's the only brush of theirs that I have. If anyone remembers, I got the Dynair system. Here it is right here. And to me, a compressor is a compressor. If it's open like this, unless you have like those, I think it's actually, is it Temptu that has those personalized pods or whatnot, where you can't really change like or I don't know, I'm not really familiar with it, but to me, as I've been working with an airbrush for like forever and ever, like 6 years now, if it's a gun like this, you can pretty much put anything you want in it. It doesn't matter what brand name it has on it or where you bought it from. If it's like a free open gun like this, you can put whatever you want in there. It doesn't matter. If it's a product meant for airbrush, you can put it in an airbrush. You don't have to, you know, stick with, I'm just being honest, you don't have, I'm using this Dinair, but I'm putting Temp 2 in it. It's fine. I could put Makeup Forever in it. I airbrush with that. I could put the OCC and I could airbrush with that. Like, same goes for OCCs, the Iwata Ninja Jet that they have. I actually carry it in my kit. I put Makeup Forever in there. I put OCC in there. I could put this in there. I could put the Dinair stuff in there. As long as it's meant for airbrush, you can put whatever you want in it, okay? So don't feel like you are limited to whatever compressor brand that you buy, if that makes sense, you know? So I'm going to start with the blush, and what I didn't go over in my Dinair video was I personally like to do blush first and then foundation because it helps, it helps it blend in and look more natural. To me, that's just my personal preference. There's no right or wrong way. I'm going to go with Guava. This one is the Temp 2 blush, Guava 046. For the foundation, I'm using 008. This is Temp 2's foundation. So that's pretty much it for the airbrush. Yeah. This is very full coverage, not something that I'm exactly used to because I usually just wear my powder foundation. And yeah, I'm actually going to dust on some of the Makeup Forever HD powder just to like set it because this is a little too dewy for me. You don't have to set airbrush with powder, but I just like a more matte finish personally. And lastly, I wanted to touch on the Temp 2 cleaner. I actually carry the bigger, like, full-size bottle in my kit to clean my airbrush there. So I'm just going to dust on some powder, my little brush here. Makeup Forever powder, especially around the eye area because of my little lines there. It tends to crease. So that's it for the Cover FX foundation as concealer and the Temp 2 airbrush blush and foundation. If you're interested, I haven't read up on them. I just want to spritz it on there and see how it goes. So I don't know. I like it. Nothing. I have no problems with it. So there you go. If you were interested in seeing it, hopefully this helped somebody out there. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching and subscribing if you have. Bye.